Hey everybody, welcome to TRA 3035, Foundations of Transportation. I just wanted to get on and say welcome and go through the first week's assignments. Usually what I do on Monday is I go through everything for the week and give you some pointers on what to look out for. And then after I grade the assignments, I do another video to discuss some of the grading issues that I found while grading the assignments. Okay, so for week 1, you have chapters 1, 2, and 3 to read. Chapter 1 is on the global supply chains, the role and importance of transportation in that. We'll also go to chapter 2 goes over transportation and the economy. So we're going to look at how transportation affects the economy and how economy affects transportation. And then chapter 3 is the transportation technology and systems that exist. So first you need to take your pre-test. That is not a graded assignment. However, it is important for you to take that. Number one, it tells me where your knowledge lies in the course, so I know where to focus my attention when I teach. It also establishes a baseline for the course. So at the end of the course, when you take the post-test, I can compare those two to see how much you've retained and how much you learned over the course of 4 weeks. Then you also have your introduction. Take some time to introduce yourself to me and the fellow classmates. And then after you've done that, take some time to read your fellow classmates' posts and also respond to them. And as most of you probably already know, every class has a discussion post. So when you go in each week, there are excuse me, there are questions asked of you based on the topics that we're covering for the week. And then the first week is based on your weekly readings and viewing the attached video on globalization. Please answer the following questions. Why do industries and companies decide to build goods, produce goods, and transport them to other countries for final assembly? Do you feel that globalization is good for economies nationally, worldwide, both, or globalization is damaging to economies? And this is very pertinent in today's political arena, so make sure that you look at that and address that. And it's okay when you do these discussion posts to disagree. Just make sure that if you disagree with somebody, that you keep it polite and that you keep it respectful. Is globalization an opportunity, a threat, or both to industrialized countries? Please explain your answer. So make sure you view the video and then base your answers on the video as well as your reading for the week. And the way that the grading is broken down is that did you thoroughly answer all the questions? 40 points. Quality of responses to 2 classmates, 20 points. References to text and or other sources, 10 points. And so did you have your references and citations there? Now with the discussions, I don't require a separate title page, I don't require abstracts, it's just a discussion. So if you're utilizing something from the textbook or another source, make sure you cite it, make sure that there's a reference down below, but it doesn't have to be on a separate sheet of paper. And then spelling and grammar, I do grade heavily on spelling and grammar. You are at a university level, so I do expect that you know how to spell and to write. And since we're doing everything in Microsoft Word, there's no reason to have any spelling or grammatical errors when you can go and do a spelling and grammar check. Now I realize that spelling and grammar check do not catch everything, so that's why it behooves you to reread your posts or reread your writing assignment before you submit it to make sure that everything's been covered. Okay. Okay, so and you also have an assignment this week. You're to read case 1-1 and answer the questions at the end of that. And case 1-1 is on, if you click on this, page 28 and 29 of your textbook. So make sure you read that case study and then answer the questions at the end. Put it into a Word document. Again, cite your textbook if you're utilizing anything, which you are, because you could do the case study from there. So at minimum, you should have your textbook cited and referenced. Again, not a formal paper. I don't need a separate title page. I don't need an abstract. I don't need a separate reference book. Just go ahead and write up your questions, answer them, cite them, and reference them just below. And then when you're ready to submit your paper, save it to your computer or save it to your iCloud, or the cloud. I'm sorry, I say iCloud. Click up here in case 1-1, and then wherever you saved it to, you can either browse my computer if you saved it to your computer. If you saved it to the cloud, browse cloud storage. And then go ahead and hit submit. After the case study, the other thing we have is we have a term paper that you will be researching throughout the term, and at different points during the term you'll have different things due. So what this term paper is about is you were to choose a mode of transportation that you wish to concentrate on over the course of the term, as well as a company who specializes in this mode of transportation. And then you'll need to cover at least 3 of the following topics while researching and writing your paper. How has policy affected this mode of transportation? How has politics affected this mode of transportation? What are some of the security threats that this mode of transportation faces, both domestically and globally? How are they trying to combat these threats? What are some of the trends and challenges that the industry faces? And what are some of the initiatives to solve some of the trends and challenges that are out there? How has technology affected this mode of transportation? And when it comes to transportation, technology has changed the face of transportation in many, many ways and continues to do so in a very rapid manner. What can technology do for this mode of transportation to make it more efficient and the choice for transport? So for week 1, what you need to do is just go ahead and get out there and look at some of the sources, and I'm going to show you how to access the library in just a second, some of the resources for that. But for week 1, you'll need to provide a Word document by Sunday at the end of week 1 that states the mode of transportation that you have chosen to study and why. You also need to provide the different topics that you wish to address for your mode of transportation. Make sure that you're looking at the Kaiser University Online Library as well as other sources, ensuring that there is sufficient information and research. So make sure that you're going out there looking to make sure that there's information to support what you want to write about before you submit this to me. I mean, if we need to change it, we can. I'm not that bad, but make sure that you're going out looking during this week and making sure that there's information out there that you use to searching for articles as well. And then submit that Word document to me by clicking on this upper left-hand corner, Internet Research Project. And again, you can save it to the cloud, you can save it to your computer, and it shows you the due date is June 9th. There's 10 possible points, so yes, this is graded. And then come down, browse your computer or browse the cloud storage wherever you saved it, and then submit. And by the way, the submit button is just below this. It will not come up into the screen. So anyway, you'll see it when you get into the class, and most of you are probably used to this anyway, because I've noticed that a lot of you have already been in classes prior to this one. And again, if you want extra credit, if you attend the Kaiser Live session, and you're interactive with me, you'll receive 0.5 points. You can earn up to 2 points for the entire class, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're teetering on an A or a B, it can mean the difference between earning a B or an A. So if you cannot attend the Kaiser Live session, which is this evening at 7 p.m., every Monday at 7 p.m., then you can write up a summary of so you can write a summary of 100 to 200 word summary of what I spoke about, and be specific, use specific examples of what I spoke about during the lecture, and then submit that again up in the upper left hand corner as you did with the rest of them, and I will go ahead and grade that when I receive it, and you'll earn your 0.5 points as long as you've answered all the questions or told me specifically what we talked about. Alright, so that's week 1, and I want to welcome you all again. Communication is key to the your success in this class, and many of us will be spending the next 6 months together, since we are in your major track, and I'm the one who teaches logistics. So please feel free to reach out to me and contact me if you need anything. My number here is 954-351-4040, extension 641, or the best way to reach me usually is email, because I check that pretty frequently. Alright, you guys have a great day.